You are watching Mbaise Nwere Madu on Onyonyo Mbaise.
Mbaise Nwere Madu, Mbaise Bokendale. Mbaise Nwere Madu, Mbaise Bokendale. Mbaise kelele manu, Ahiazu Mbaise kelele manu. Isn't kelele manu? Mbaise nation. Okay, Mbaise, you are on to Mbaise Nwere Madu on Onyonyo Mbaise. Today we are speaking to Deputy Premier of Alberta and Minister of Skills, Trade and Professions in Canada. The first and only black man to be Minister of Justice in Canada. The first and only black man to be Solicitor General in Canada. The first and only black man to be Attorney General in Canada. One Mbaise. One from Mbaise from Umuevu, Okirika Nweke. I'm talking about no other person but Honorable Barrister Kaycee Madu.
More than that.
It's a pleasure to
so good to be here.
You made me so proud.
Thank you.
You know, we've heard so much about you from a distant client. Like we're in Nigeria, you are there. I heard so much, and we felt this could happen. An Mbaise man doing this, an Igbo man doing this. It's a source of encouragement, inspiration to so many youths of Mbaise, not just youths, people of Mbaise. And we're happy to be with you today, sir. So I'd like to know, sir, give us a glimpse of your background.
Well, thank you so much. And so good to be with Onyonyo Mbaise for this very important segment of its program. As he rightly noted, my name is the Honorable Kaycee Madu. I am currently the Deputy Premier and the Minister of Skills, Trade and Professions for the province of Alberta. You know, it's a long journey in terms of my background. Obviously, I was born and raised right here in this community. We are in my home, in my family home, in Umuevu, Okirika Nweke, in Ahiazu, local government area of Imo State. I was born and raised here. I went to primary school, not too far from where we are seated. I also went to secondary school, not too far from where we are seated. And then from there, I went to the University of Lagos. I became a lawyer, went to law school in Abuja, practiced for a while before I left Nigeria to Canada in 2005. It has been by sheer dint of hard work and God's grace. I am the seventh of 11 children. My parents didn't get a chance to go to school, but they believed in education, they believed in hard work, and that was what they impacted on their children, and that I picked up so early. So grateful for the opportunity to have traveled to Canada and made our homeland Mbaise proud.
We are proud indeed. Because many people go out and, you know, it doesn't always all go well like that. Not everybody go out there and achieve greatness. You've been to Canada, you achieved greatness. Now, what would you say that would be your unique selling points, or things that like your value system, your virtues, things that have been your guiding principles, you know, over the years that have made you achieve all you have achieved?
You know, for me, you know, I just buried my father, Chief George Amajoye Madu. Both of my parents.
Sorry for the loss, sir.
Thank you so much. You know, both of my parents are titled men in this community. When the then His Royal Highness is a lawyer, Alex Nweke, approached my parents to take on chieftaincy title, he asked my father which title would he want to be conferred on. And my dad said, Chief Ezoku. And he asked my mother which title would you like to be conferred upon. And my mother said, Obidinma. And those two titles represents the values that I hold dear to my heart, that have informed how I have looked at the world.
Ezoku
Bondo. Obidinma. Truth. Ezoku Bondo means,
yeah, of course. Truth
is life.
Is life, yeah.
And my mother, Obidinma, means my heart is always good,
open,
clear, and happy. But the third virtue that my parents taught me also was hard work. And they need to always act in good faith and to build relationships and networks. So if you take those 4 cardinal principles, truth is life, my heart is always good, hard work, and the need to build relationships. All of those contributed to my worldview, how I view people and relationship, community, politics, professional work, and ultimately those are the values that have ensured my success in politics.
First and only black man to be Minister of Justice. First and only black man to be Solicitor General. First and only black man to be Attorney General in Canada. What were the challenges being a black man in Canada?
It hasn't been easy. I think, oftentimes when I talk about it, sometimes I don't like to talk about it because it sounds so ordinary. And unless you understand the environment, it's hard to appreciate how historical, how difficult it is to be the first black Attorney General. The black people have been coming to Canada since the 1700s. And whether they were the early black settlers from the United States who were fleeing Jim Crow law or slavery from the US, or whether they are from the Caribbean, or from mainland Africa, or recent immigrants, they have been coming to Canada and settling in Canada since 1700. So it has taken more than 100 years to produce the first black Canadian Minister of Justice, Attorney General, and Solicitor General. On one hand, I am proud to have been the one to accomplish that. On the other hand, it causes one to sit down and reflect. Why is it? Why has it taken this long for us to be able to make this kind of progress? But ultimately, I think that black people, the province of Alberta, Canada as a whole, are better off for having made it possible to have the first black Attorney General.
Of course, if you are in Nigeria, you won't perhaps be. Anyway, let's put that aside. You are in a system that encourages, supports hard work, merit. There's nothing to say that your profile, we can't begin to enumerate your profile here because we've done research about you. It's long-winding, it's much to want to exhaust you. Mbaise people want to know why, how you've been able to sustain, because if you look at your profile from one stage of the another, the positions you've held.
Correct.
There are positions, of course, are not main positions. There's coveted positions in Canada.
Yeah, no.
So what is that thing? What is that stint you have going for you?
Well, I think you make a very good point. I was elected in 2019, became the first African-born Minister of the Crown in all of Canada when I was named the Minister of Municipal Affairs. And then I went on to become the Attorney General, Solicitor General, and the Minister of Justice. I then became the Minister of Labour and Immigration, and now being the Deputy Premier and the Minister of Skill, Trade and Profession. It wasn't easy, but I am proud that it is someone from Mbaise. I've always said that our people, the Mbaise people, are smart, brilliant, hard-working population. We are. God, in His infinite mercy, has endowed us as a people and as a nation with all of the things that we needed to make ourselves extremely successful. It is within us. It is inherent in Mbaise people. Because within Mbaise, you find a population that are smart. They can do things that requires intelligence. They can build things with their hand, and they can farm, and they can do all kinds of work, all at the same time. So
And we can say this across all disciplines.
across all disciplines, and it's a blessed people. I've always said that. That is why I've always urged our leaders to make sure that the Mbaise people are able to achieve their full potential. People ask me, friends in Canada ask me, where do you come from? When I tell them I come from a faraway place called Mbaise, sometimes they don't believe me. When I tell them I was born and raised in Mbaise, went to elementary school in Mbaise and secondary school or high school in Mbaise, they say it's not true. But it is true. I am from here. This is the ultimate foundation for me.
When I saw our Minister of Justice, I thought that I was one of those people who are there, they are lost. But when I saw you at home, the way you connected with your people, the way you are, accustomed to certain things that that you must have forgotten, and the way you just, played along, and I felt like you're still culturally in tune with what Mbaise represents.
Yes. No, absolutely. My people, our culture, and our way of life are extremely important to me. I've always said, if you take a look at the sociologist's definition of culture, it says it is the sum total of a people's way of life. And so the culture of the Mbaise people is rich, and it dates back from the beginning. It's a culture of resilience, of a people that wants to thrive, people that wants to work hard. We don't depend on government, we don't rely on the state. We go out there and make success. That is critically important for me. And if you look back and ask ask where does all of these things began? It began right here in Mbaise because of who we are.
Okay, let's talk about your current position, Minister of Skills, Trade and Professions. So what does that entail?
So the Minister of Skills, Trade and Professions is responsible for the development of skilled workforce for the economy. Alberta's economy is arguably one of the largest economy in North America. Alberta is the energy capital of Canada. When you hear Canada is the fourth largest producer of oil and gas, you are essentially talking about Alberta, one province and one province alone. It is a super rich province endowed with all kinds of natural resources. Our economy right now is the fastest growing economy, if not in North America, for sure in Canada. It is the strongest economy right now in all of Canada. And so our challenge right now is the development of skilled workforce. That is my mandate, to make sure that every segment of the economy, from oil and gas to agriculture, to forestry, to construction, have the skilled workforce they need. So I do work with what we call technical, here they call them technical colleges. I do work with them, those colleges. We have two major technical colleges in Alberta. We have what we call SAIT, the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, and we have NATE, the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. And there are other colleges across the province that are responsible for training apprentices, the apprenticeship program, to make sure that those industries have not just the skilled workforce that they need, but the workforce overall. Second is the professions. If you remember, that ministry is made up of two, skill, trade, and professions. So you come to the profession side, you're talking about all of the professional, not health-related bodies. The College of Engineers, agrologists, those that deal with the technologists, the accountant, all of those professions are under my regulation. I also have the responsibility, the Premier charged me with the responsibility with the Minister of Health, the Minister of Advanced Education, and the Minister of Trade, Immigration and Multiculturalism to develop the strategy to make sure we have the required number of healthcare workers, doctors, nurses in our province. And so that in a nutshell is what the ministry is all about.
For us in Mbaise, we're not just trying to build a reputable and Mbaise media brand. We're also involved in ensuring that our youths are gainfully employed or engaged, meaningfully engaged, given what is happening in the country. The economy is a mess. Now, I personally want to ask, with your platform or your position as Minister for Trade, Skills, Professions, how do we benefit from that? Maybe say youths. Well, is there any kind of way the youth can benefit? Now, you might not be benefiting from that directly. Now, you talked about the South and the Northern, whatever. Because most of the things we have here are politicians who are flash in the pan, who do things all just for emergency sake. So we don't have sustainable, skill development centers. And these are things we are concerned and passionate about. How do we begin to have structures that we can say can last?
No, actually important. I have been looking for an opportunity for my province to collaborate with my home state of Imo State. I think that the people of Mbaise and the people of Imo State will benefit tremendously if there is collaboration between my province and my home state where I was born and raised. And since being elected as a government, we've worked so hard to make sure that we are attracting foreign trained professionals. And I know that when you say people go to school, they go to school a lot. They don't joke with education at all. And so we are actually better suited than any other immigrant in the world. Any people across the world that wants to go to Alberta, the Mbaise people are much more better suited to be able to travel to Alberta and be successful, because education is important to us. Whether we go to College of Education, or we go to technical colleges, or we go to polytechnic or university, or even there are very smart guys who haven't gone to school, but if you see what they do with their hands, you marvel. They are mechanics, they mold stuff, they build stuff. Those are the things that Alberta needs. And so my message is to say to the people of Mbaise that you do have a province that wants to welcome you.
Wow. You need to say that again.
I will say that again. My message to Mbaise.
Because Mbaise people are going to hear this, and they're going to hold you responsible and accountable.
You see, the good news is that the government and the people of Alberta understand that the Mbaise people are smart.
Wow.
They understand that people are hardworking because they know I am one of them. And they have seen what I can do, and it has opened doors and paved the way. I want to see more of our people in that province.
Thank you, sir. Anyway, you've indirectly answered the question that should be the last. But I want you to tell our youth out there, you said you started from here, you went to school from here, so it's not actually based on your background. It's about your vision, your passion, your determination to become what you want to be. So I want you to say to our youths, many of them are hopeless, frustrated, disillusioned. There are so many things going on. So we just want you to give them a word.
Yeah, to the Mbaise youth, I think if you are listening to me, you will realize that you can achieve your God-given potential. And you are able to do that when you stay out of trouble, when you stay out of the bad stuff. I hear nowadays that there is very dangerous drugs all over the place in Mbaise. It is important that as a youth that you reject the notion of getting yourself involved in those dangerous drugs. They call them women here, I've heard. Those will mess up your vision, your future. It will make it difficult for you to get yourself calculated and responsible. The world is full of opportunities, but it is only those who are grounded, responsible, and focused that are not distracted by the jump up and jump downs of life that can seize those moments and become successful. Remember when I say that I was born and raised here, and over there I achieved success, and you can as well.
Wow, well, it's been a very wonderful interview. Short but very, very powerful. You know, if I leave you, you have a lot to say. I can see why you are all you are. You know, given from what you have said so far. You know, just say hi to Mr. people, greet them. Any way, anyhow you want to greet them. Just greet your people.
I love you guys. God bless.
All right, Mbaise, you've heard from Honorable Barrister Kelechi Madu, one of Mbaise's most distinguished achievers. He's made us proud in Canada. He's made us proud, you know, all over the world. We're proud to be with him today. On from the step of Mbaise, we say thank you, sir, for having us, for this privilege to interview you. This means a lot to us, not just because of us, because of Mbaise youths who may be watching and will be watching this interview. You know, there is nothing more like seeing people who have achieved, hearing from them that it's not just a supernatural thing. It are just things that you can actually imbibe. You could master the discipline and the rest. You know, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Keep making us proud.
Thank you so much.
Or maybe one day we hope to see you in Alberta.
We will see. We will see there. So happy to be on your Mbaise. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
One love.
Mbaise Nwere Madu, and when again when Barrister Kelechi Madu in the building.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Until next episode, Yagazie. Mbaise.
Mbaise Nwere Madu, Mbaise Nwere Madu, Mbaise Nwere Madu.